Welcome. Today we journey through time to a city that has shaped civilizations and faiths for over 11 millennia, Jerusalem. Not just a place but a symbol of hope, conflict and the search for meaning. From its humble beginnings to its status as a global crossroads, Jerusalem's story is one of resilience and transformation. We'll uncover the layers of history, from ancient settlers to kings, prophets and empires. Let's explore the evidence, the records, and the deep connections that make this city so cherished and contested. Our journey into the heart of Jerusalem begins now. Our story starts in the Neolithic era, a time when humanity was taking its first tentative steps towards settled life. It was a world still dominated by the rhythms of nature, where a small group of hunter-gatherers, driven by the fundamental need for survival, settled by the Gihon Spring, a precious oasis in a harsh and unforgiving landscape. This region, known as the Judean Mountains, offered both challenges and opportunities to those early inhabitants. This spring, a rare source of fresh water, was more than just a life-giving resource. It was the very reason this settlement could exist. It drew people to build simple homes, shelters crafted from the very stones of the land, providing protection from the elements. These dwellings, clustered together, began to form the first community, a collective of individuals bound by shared needs and a common destiny. Archaeological finds, flint tools, remnants of a hunter-gatherer past, pottery, fragments of daily life, and stone dwellings, the foundations of their homes, reveal a life rooted in survival, a constant struggle against the elements and the uncertainties of the world around them. This existence demanded vigilance and the need for security, a constant awareness of potential threats. The settlement's hilltop location, strategically chosen for its commanding view, protected by steep valleys, offered a significant advantage in spotting approaching danger. This natural defense, provided by the very landscape itself, offered not only protection, but also a sense of sanctuary, a feeling of being safe and secure in their isolated world. Even then, high places inspired awe, a connection to something larger than themselves, hinting at the spiritual significance that would grow here, a sense of the sacred, woven into the very fabric of the land. These early settlers, unknowingly, laid the invisible foundation, the bedrock upon which a great city would eventually rise. They were building more than just homes. They were building the foundations for Jerusalem, a place destined for greatness, a city that would capture the hearts and minds of people for millennia to come. Their choice was an act of faith in the future, a belief that this place, this spring, held the promise of a better tomorrow. The Gihon Spring, silent and enduring, a constant source of life, witnessed the birth of a city, the slow and steady transformation of a small settlement into a place of global significance. From these humble beginnings, Jerusalem's story began, a story of resilience, faith, and enduring hope. The seeds of resilience and faith were sown, nurtured by the land and the unwavering spirit of its people, setting the stage for the epic tale that was to unfold. By 3000 BC, the village had become Jerusalem, a fortified Canaanite city-state. Massive stone walls and ingenious water tunnels protected its people and the vital Gihon Spring. Jerusalem thrived as a trade and religious center, its high places dedicated to gods like Shalem. Egyptian texts and the Amarna letters confirm its regional importance in turbulent politics. The city's strategic location made it a coveted prize, long before the Israelites arrived. Jerusalem was a player in the ancient Near East, its legacy already taking shape. The stage was set for new powers to rise. Perched high upon the hills, the Jebusite fortress of Jebus stood as an imposing stronghold. For generations it had remained unconquered, a testament to its formidable defenses and strategic location. Its walls, thick and unyielding, seemed to defy any attempt at invasion. That is, until King David, a visionary leader, recognized its immense potential. He saw not just a fortress, but the future capital of a unified kingdom. David's forces, rather than opting for a direct assault, ingeniously infiltrated the city through its intricate water shaft system. This hidden passage offered a clandestine route, bypassing the heavily guarded gates. Capturing the seemingly impenetrable fortress with cunning and strategy, rather than brute force, David demonstrated his military genius. This daring maneuver secured a vital foothold in the region. He then made Jerusalem the capital of a united Israel, a pivotal moment that would shape the nation's destiny for centuries to come. The city began its transformation into a royal center. David focused on integrating its diverse population, forging a new and inclusive national identity that transcended tribal divisions. This unification was crucial for establishing a strong and cohesive kingdom. David further solidified Jerusalem's importance by bringing the Ark of the Covenant, the most sacred religious artifact, to the city. This act transformed Jerusalem into the spiritual heart of his kingdom, a place of worship and divine connection, drawing people from all corners of the land. Jerusalem quickly evolved to become both a political and religious center, a hub of power and faith, where decisions of state and matters of the soul intertwined. This dual role symbolized the unity of the kingdom and the belief in divine favor, establishing Jerusalem as a city blessed by God and destined for greatness. This pivotal act set the city on a new and transformative path, marking the beginning of its ascent to prominence and influence. Its destiny was forever changed, etched into the annals of history as a city of profound significance and enduring legacy. The city of David, once a Jebusite stronghold, was now undeniably the heart of Israel, the epicenter of its political, religious, and cultural life. Its foundations, political, military, and spiritual, were firmly laid, providing a solid base for the kingdom's growth and prosperity. These foundations would endure for millennia, shaping the course of history and influencing civilizations across the globe. Jerusalem's identity as a sacred capital, a holy city revered by millions, was definitively born in this era, forever linking its name with faith and devotion. The city's legacy was sealed, its place in history secured as a beacon of hope, resilience, and spiritual significance for generations to come. David's vision was realized by his son Solomon, who built the first temple on Mount Moriah. With help from allies and artisans, Solomon created a sanctuary of cedar, gold, and stone. The temple's Holy of Holies housed the Ark, accessible only to the high priest once a year. It became the center of Jewish worship, uniting the people through pilgrimage and ritual. The temple's dedication marked a new era. Jerusalem was now the spiritual nucleus of the nation. For nearly 4 centuries, it stood as a symbol of faith and identity. Pilgrims came from near and far, drawn to its sacred presence. The city's skyline and soul were transformed. Jerusalem's fame spread far beyond Judah. The house of God defined its destiny. After Solomon, division and foreign threats weakened Judah. Babylon under Nebuchadnezzar besieged Jerusalem, eventually destroying the city and the temple in 586 BC. The devastation was total. Walls toppled, sacred vessels plundered, and the people exiled. The loss was not just physical but spiritual, shaking the foundations of faith. The Babylonian exile marked a turning point, forcing the Jewish people to adapt and survive without their temple. In exile, their faith shifted toward scripture, prayer, and community. Jerusalem lay in ruins, but hope endured. The trauma was immortalized in psalms and laments. Out of destruction, a new resilience was forged. The city's spirit was not broken. The Persian conquest brought hope. Cyrus the Great allowed the exiles to return and rebuild. Led by Zerubbabel and Joshua, the returnees faced ruins and resistance, but their focus was clear: restore the temple. The Second Temple rose, modest but deeply significant, rekindling Jerusalem's role as the center of Jewish life. The city's walls were rebuilt, and the Torah became the community's foundation. Under Persian and later Greek rule, Jerusalem adapted, growing around its sacred core. The Second Temple period began, shaping faith and identity for centuries. Pilgrims returned, and the city revived. Jerusalem's resilience shone through adversity. The city's spiritual heartbeat was restored. A new chapter had begun. Roman rule brought grandeur and tension. Herod's temple was magnificent, but unrest simmered. In 66 AD, revolt erupted. Rome responded with overwhelming force. Titus's siege in 70 AD was brutal: starvation, infighting, and relentless assault. The Second Temple was destroyed, its golden splendor reduced to rubble. The city was razed, its people killed or enslaved. Only the Western Wall remained, a silent witness to loss. The heart of Judaism was torn out, and Jerusalem became a Roman garrison. The Second Temple period ended in fire and tragedy. The city's fate was forever altered, yet memory and longing endured. After centuries under Roman rule and later as a prominent city within the Byzantine Empire, Jerusalem stood as a testament to the enduring power of faith and empire. Its ancient stones whispered tales of emperors and patriarchs, of pilgrims and prophets, all contributing to the city's rich tapestry of history. In 638 AD, a new chapter began as Jerusalem fell peacefully to Caliph Umar. This marked a significant turning point, ushering in an era of Islamic influence that would profoundly shape the city's destiny. The city became sacred to Islam, joining Mecca and Medina as one of the holiest places in the Islamic world. It became home to the Dome of the Rock, a magnificent structure built on the Temple Mount, and also Al-Aqsa Mosque, further solidifying Jerusalem's importance as a center of Islamic worship and learning. For centuries, Muslims, Christians, and Jews coexisted, creating a complex and often tense but nevertheless vibrant multicultural society within the city walls. Though not as equals, each community maintained its own traditions and religious practices, contributing to the unique character of Jerusalem. The First Crusade, driven by religious fervor and the ambition for territorial expansion, shattered this delicate balance. In 1099, after a brutal siege, Crusaders seized the city, driven by religious zeal. They then went on to massacre its inhabitants, marking a dark chapter in Jerusalem's history. Jerusalem became a Christian kingdom, transforming the city's landscape and power dynamics. Its holy sites were repurposed, reflecting the new ruler's religious priorities and architectural tastes. Less than a century later, the tides of fortune would turn once more. The legendary Saladin, a leader renowned for his military prowess and wisdom, reclaimed the city, restoring Muslim rule and bringing an end to the Crusader kingdom. Saladin was known for showing mercy to its residents, allowing many Christians to leave peacefully. The city's religious landscape shifted again, reflecting the changing political and military realities. Jerusalem's story is one of constant transformation, reflecting the tides of conquest and the ebb and flow of empires. Jerusalem's sanctity drew pilgrims from across the world, each seeking spiritual fulfillment within its walls. It also drew conquerors alike, each vying for control of this strategically and spiritually significant city. Its identity was ever-changing, a mosaic of cultures, faiths, and empires. Shaped by faith and power, Jerusalem stood as a testament to the enduring human quest for meaning and dominion. The city endured, a symbol of resilience in the face of constant conflict and change. Its spirit unbroken, Jerusalem continued to inspire awe and reverence. Jerusalem remained a prize and a symbol, a city forever caught between the earthly and the divine. Ottoman rule began in 1517, bringing stability and transformation. Sultan Suleiman rebuilt Jerusalem's walls, defining the old city's iconic silhouette. The city became a provincial center, home to diverse religious communities under the millet system. Life was mostly quiet, but the 19th century brought change. European powers vied for influence and Jewish immigration increased. New neighborhoods grew outside the walls, reshaping the city's landscape. By the end of Ottoman rule, Jerusalem was on the brink of modern conflict. Its population and politics were changing rapidly. The stage was set for the 20th century's upheavals. British forces captured Jerusalem in 1917, ushering in the Mandate era. Competing Jewish and Arab aspirations led to violence and division. The 1947 UN plan proposed an international city, but war followed Israel's independence in 1948. Jerusalem was split, west under Israel, east under Jordan, with barriers dividing the city. In 1967, Israel captured East Jerusalem, reuniting the city under its control. Jerusalem became Israel's declared capital, but its status remains fiercely contested. For Israelis, it's the ancient and modern heart of their nation. For Palestinians, East Jerusalem is the capital of their future state. The city is vibrant, growing, and deeply divided, a microcosm of the region's hopes and struggles. Jerusalem's story continues, unresolved and compelling. 11 millennia later, Jerusalem endures, a city of faith, conflict, and wonder. Its stones hold the stories of Jews, Christians, and Muslims, each finding meaning here. Destroyed and rebuilt, its spirit remains unextinguished. Jerusalem is a living legacy shaping billions of lives. What does this city mean to you? Share your thoughts below and subscribe for more journeys through history. Thank you for joining me.